and today is a Q&A Weekends episode where we answer your question right here on the show. If you have a question you want to ask, guys, just email us at contact@100mba.net. We got a ton of questions. We love answering them here on the show. Every Saturday and Sunday is Q&A Weekends. As always, I'm your host, your coach, your teacher, Omar Zenhom. I'm also the co-founder of the $100 MBA, a complete business training and community online. And today's question comes from Brian. And Brian asks, not sure if I should lower my MSRP. How do we find the right price? Brian is a board game publisher, and he's having trouble deciding on the price of his games. They have one very successful game which allowed them to order a large print run for a lower manufacturing cost. But now they're not sure if they should lower their MSRP as well, now that their costs have gone down. So he's asking, how does he find the right price? I love this question, Brian. I can't wait to get into it and answer it and help you and help those who are listening that have the same question in their head. So let's get into it, guys. Let's get down to business. Today's episode of the $100 MBA Show is sponsored by HostGator. HostGator is our preferred hosting solution because they can help you with anything when it comes to your website, whether it's registering your domain name, hosting, securing an SSL certificate, marketing services, design services, and best of all, they do it all without breaking the bank. And they're giving every listener of the $100 MBA Show 25% off web hosting. Just go to HostGator.com and use promo code OMARHookup. Again, that's HostGator.com, promo code OMARHookup. All right, Brian, so you're asking if you should lower your MSRP, your manufacturer's suggested retail price, since now that your cost price is going down. Now, you mentioned you have one very successful game amongst your board games, and your other games are going to be less expensive to produce because you're producing a whole lot more of the successful game. And I'm guessing you're looking to lower your price for the less successful games so you can make more money, so you can make some more sales off those games. But I want to start by asking you, are you sure price is the problem? Are you sure if you lower the price on these games that it's going to result in the more sales? Maybe price isn't the problem. Now, I don't know all the details of your business and the details of your games and your sales and your numbers, but what I do know is that you do have one very successful game that has taken off. And in my experience as an entrepreneur, when I have several offers and one of them really takes off and it's apparent that this is what customers really like and want, a big mistake I made in the past is I neglected or I ignored that fact. Sometimes we look at the weaker parts of our business or our weaker products and say, how could I get my weaker products to be successful ones like this successful one? When in fact, what you really need to do is say, how can I just capitalize on the successful one? Maybe it's wasted effort to really focus on the other games that are not doing so well. So maybe the price is not the problem. Maybe the successful game is just a funner game or it just clicks with people. So I want to suggest a little bit of an out-of-the-box solution to your question here. I wouldn't focus so much on the other games that are not selling right now. And I might even taper off production. Maybe you can focus your efforts on creating another version of the successful game. I know sometimes this is called an expansion pack. I recently learned the board game Settlers of Catan. Friends of ours here in San Diego taught us this game, and what I learned is that we had to use the expansion pack because we were 6 people. And the game really is catered for 4. So maybe what you could do is create an expansion version or a deluxe version, which is a little bit more money. So say, for example, your board game right now, the successful one, is $20. Why don't create an expansion version or a deluxe version that has more players or maybe more features? I'm not really sure how the game runs, but you can create a deluxe version of this game for $25 or $30. And then you can lower the base price of the original version to maybe $17. So those who like the original game and don't really need the expansion or are not looking for the deluxe version of this game, it's at a less expensive price. And then you can sell the expansion pack version, which is $25 or even $30. The point here is that you may have a different option here where you focus your efforts on what is successful. Another thing I want you to think about is different versions of a successful game may be more profitable than trying to sell a game that's not really moving, something that people are not really interested in. A good example of this is Monopoly. There's so many versions of Monopoly. Now, the game is the same, but the branding and the pieces are different. So there's like Disney Monopoly and Star Wars Monopoly. And those special versions of Monopoly are more expensive than the original. The next thing I want to mention is the only way you're going to find out for sure what price works is through testing. Now, you could do this even before you start manufacturing the game at a lower cost. You can run a promotion or a sale and see if this price really connects. You can also bundle your actual products with something else and keep the price as is, maybe add a bonus, whether that's an app version of your game or a private group on Facebook where people that love this game can chat about it and talk about strategy. And they get access to that group if they buy the bundle. So try different things out. Add things instead of removing things or lowering the price. Guys, I got a couple more insights I want to share with you when it comes to today's question. But before that, I got to give love to today's sponsor, HostGator. If you're looking to launch a new website, HostGator is the way to go. They got 24/7 live support. And when it comes to your website, you need to be able to reach out to somebody any time of the day. And you can reach out to them via phone, chat, or email. I often get all my questions answered via chat. It's super fast. But HostGator can help you out with all your website needs. Your hosting, your domain name, securing SSL certificates, making sure that you can market your website, all that stuff and more. And they do it all without breaking the bank. And in fact, they're giving every listener of the $100 MBA show a 25% discount. Just go to HostGator.com and use promo code OmarHookup. Again, that's HostGator.com, promo code OmarHookup. Brian, I want to give you a few resources when it comes to setting the right price for your products. And they're right here on the $100 MBA show. I'm going to list off some episodes and we're going to put it into today's show notes so you know how to get to them. There'll be links that you can go straight to them. But episode 17, we have an episode on, is price really important to customers? We have episode 37 on pricing, how to utilize ROI pricing. This may not be applicable for your board game, but it might get you some out-of-the-box insights. We also have episode 183. It's a Q&A Weekends about setting prices for their products. But above all, my advice to you is to test. Take some of the advice I took on today, see how you can utilize it, see how you can leverage your successful product, the one that is already showing results, and play with different pricing. Again, pricing is not set in stone. The only way you can really know for sure what price is the best that works for you and your customers is to test it out. And this is not something new. Big companies do this all the time. Before they go nationwide and they roll out their campaign, they go to smaller markets, 5, 6, 7, 10 different markets. They'll do a split test on pricing. They'll have 2 different prices, maybe even 3 different prices, and see which converts best. And once they get their data and they have the numbers to make a decision, they set that price and they go nationwide with it. All right, Brian, I hope that helps. And I hope that helped everybody who's listening, who's thinking about pricing their products, and when they have several different kinds of products that have different types of success. Remember, guys, if you have any questions, please email us at contact@100mba.net. We get a ton of questions, but we do get to them on Q&A Weekends. You can also send me a tweet on Twitter. My handle's BizRepublic, BIZRepublic, or if you just want to say hey or say hello, I'm always answering tweets on Twitter. And as always, we really appreciate everybody who leaves us an iTunes rating and review. Let us know what you think of the show. Let us know what your favorite episode is, what your favorite takeaway is. It really helps us to know more about you and what you love about the show. If you're on your iPhone, just click on the cover art and click on the link that says give us a rating and review. Or to learn how to do it, just go to 100mba.net/show. All the instructions are on the bottom of the page. And remember, everybody who leaves us an iTunes rating and review enters our weekly random draw to win a lifetime membership to the $100 MBA Training and Community. It's over 180 video lessons, workbooks, a great community, ask questions anytime, a whole lot more. It's our way to say thank you for showing your love on iTunes. All right, guys, that wraps up today's lesson. But before I go, I want to leave you with this. One of the things I love about business is that it's really rooted in reality, what the real world is saying. So when you're selling products, like Brian, he's selling all these different kinds of board games, and one board game does really well. Pay attention to those things, because if it's doing well, double down on things that are going well. This is applicable for anything, even if you're running, Facebook ads. The ad that's doing well, you want to put more money into that and put less in the ones that are not doing as well. Sometimes we got to put our ego aside or our own opinions aside. Sometimes we're in love with some of the products that we create that are less successful. But we're not creating them for us. We're creating them for our audience. So we have to listen to our audience and see what they want and double down on what they want. All right, guys, I hope that helps. I hope to see you in tomorrow's episode, a must-read episode. I can't wait to share this book with you guys. It's one of my favorite books this year. It's called Anything You Want by Derek Sivers. I'm going to talk about why the book is so effective, why it's so great, why I recommend you should read it, some of the insights I learned from it, and how it's affected me as an entrepreneur. Can't wait to share that with you tomorrow. I'll see you then, guys. Take care.